Practice. I have 5 minutes. A mini Dharma talk.
Mini practice.
Yes.
Practice is an essential element of Buddhism. It means to put into effect or to apply the teachings of the Buddha. And finally, to verify for yourself. And so there's a way of doing that. The first way is, the first part of that is to hear the teachings. We can't practice them until we know what the teachings are. So for example, earlier Reverend Yoshida was telling us a little bit about the Dharma. We have to hear the teachings. And then, secondly, we have to think about them. So for example, the Buddha said that everybody is endowed with the wisdom and virtue of the Buddha. Everybody is endowed. Everybody has the Dharma. Everybody is the Dharma, as you are. Everybody has the wisdom and virtue of the Buddha. But it's one thing to hear that. I just said it 3 times, right? It's one thing to hear that. It's another thing to really know that for yourself. Many people take Buddhism 101 in college. Anybody here ever taken a course about Buddhism in high school or college? Yeah, I see a couple of hands. And they think, yeah, this makes sense. This is really a good teaching. But they never practice it. And so for that reason, it doesn't really develop in your life. So it's necessary to think, how is it possible that I'm a Buddha? How can I be a Buddha as I am? It's necessary, at least from the Zen point of view. I represent the Zen school, and I have to say here in the Buddhist Council that we're not all exactly on the same page, but I think we all agree that we have to put it into practice. But how do you put it into practice? How do you understand that you, not only you, but all sentient beings are Buddha? That's a big question. And it's necessary to have that question. Otherwise, there's not going to be any energy in your practice. So the third element is then to really put it into practice. And that means, finally, to become the teacher. From the Zen point of view, it's not possible to keep holding on to the teaching, because the teaching of Zen is that everything is one. So in order to really make the teaching your own, we have to let go of the teaching. A long time ago, not now, but I'm talking some time ago, in Asia, salt, the kind of stuff that we use to flavor our food, was made from seawater. Nowadays we go to the store and buy it in a container. It just flows out of the box, right? But in the old days it had to be made from seawater. If you take seawater directly from the sea and try and flavor your food, no, that's not going to work. You have to actually have the grains of salt, right? You have to have the white stuff itself to flavor the food. And then if you don't have salt, that food is not going to taste very delicious, right? Everybody understand what I'm saying here? But in order to make salt from seawater, that was a great effort. They had to haul seawater, buckets, be heavy. On a day much hotter than today, they would put it out on flat salt fields. Not just one time, not just 2 times, maybe 100 times. And finally, there would be enough salt that they could pick up and put in a container that they could use to flavor food, to pickle food, and so on. And this is a metaphor for practice. It takes effort. It's not something we just hear one time. It's something we have to listen to. We hear it, we think about it. Inevitably there are going to be questions. All sentient beings have Buddha nature. What does that mean? You have to speak to a teacher. Listen to those answers. There are going to be more questions. And then finally, when you understand what putting practice is, you can really go ahead and do it. And one of the ways we're doing that is today. We're out here walking. We're supporting this walk to feed the hungry. But really, there's lots of ways that we can put Buddhist practice into practice, and that means finally, and this is my last statement, letting go of the ego, realizing no self. Thank you. Thanks so much for being here, and thanks for listening.